My name is Tracy Crowley. I'm an account director at LinkedIn. I recently had a boomerang back to LinkedIn. So I spent 9 years and kind of grew up my whole career there. I made an intelligent risk, as we call it, LinkedIn, to leave. And it kind of all went terribly wrong. And then I came running back. And yeah, so here I am, and I'm kind of like 2 years back, and I love it, and it's been great. But a lot of the reason why I started taking your class is because I didn't love it for a while, or I wasn't feeling good for a while. But now I am. So everyone should take your class.
It'd be great to hear from you. Like, what were some of the main reasons about why you decided to jump into a group coaching program?
Totally. Yeah, because I never thought like group coaching would be my thing, right? Like I've done lots of different types of therapy and, lots of like personal development things, but never in a group setting. But it really came down to, I was in such a rut at work, and like your LinkedIn posts are like on point, because like I'm in a rut at work and I'm seeing your messaging that is like, you don't have to feel this way. And I don't know, I just knew I needed to make a change, and I decided to join, and it's been really amazing. It's been like a really amazing journey. The group came in, and really things started to change. And I think like the biggest like piece of tangible change was that my results started changing, even though I wasn't specifically doing work in the group to change my results, right? They just started changing. And my boss noticed it. My paycheck noticed it, right? Like all of these things over time, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not in this rut anymore. And I'm feeling really good again about work. But I'm focusing so much more on all of these things in my personal life. Like, why is work getting better? This is so weird, I love the parts work, and I love the parts work at home, and I love the parts work professionally. And like for anyone who's not familiar with like internal family systems and what that means, like it's really just about like accepting every part of you, right? So like you have a part, or at least I have a really big part that is like laying on the ground and doing everything for everybody. And then like maybe at the end of the day for 30 seconds before I fall asleep, I might think about like what I needed that day after I've done it for everybody else, right? And it's not about changing that part of me. It's about understanding like, why does that part even exist, right? Because not only does it exist at home, it totally exists at work. I know this has worked because it's worked in some of like the most vulnerable parts of my life that I was really scared about, and where like I feel a total shift and like just a lack of fear and just an insertion of confidence. So it's been really amazing. I think we talked a little bit about like just humanity and like commonalities, right? There is something that is so moving when you're in a group with other people, number one, who just want to be in the room, right? Like we are all showing up and paying for this course because we want to be better people, right? That's kind of like what it comes down to. So there is definitely an energy in the group because we're all showing up to be there, right? Nobody's forcing us to go there. This is not something that like we're being told we have to do. We're doing it on our own account. So I think that's number one. There's like a really inspiring type of energy just there with other people. And then I think number two is that you're realizing that you're not alone, right? And like some of these thoughts that were going, through my mind around work, I didn't realize that other people also had these thoughts and these fears and these insecurities, and that like big career changes were really scary for a lot of people. So there's also this sense of community that comes in a group setting that is just so inspiring and comforting and makes things feel less scary, at least for me. And then I think like the last piece, and something that you said, is that like people do move through things faster in a group setting, right? Because it's like when we're being coached in these groups and all the attention is on me, which by the way is like, again, the scariest thing in the world to me, and it's no longer scary. Everyone's attention is to helping me get through whatever thing we're talking about that week, right? Whether it's confidence in a call, whether it's confidence in a personal conversation, right? Or whether it's communication or being like, mindful of what I'm needing. Everyone's attention is on the person being coached. And it is so true that like you just move through the process a little bit quicker. I almost knew from like the second we started talking about this, I was like, okay, I just have to try it, right? And from the first session, I knew it was like definitely the right fit for me. So I would say like, if anybody's on the fence about it, like, I think just being open and curious to like the conversation was kind of what kickstarted it all for me.